iGaming AI SEO. Today I'm joined with Carl Hudson, who's built out a lot of different websites in the gambling space, from sports betting, from bingo to slots and casino. So why is AI SEO important now in the iGaming space?
I would say it's becoming more and more important, especially staying on top of, your brand in the search engine or within the LLMs, because there's often a lot of negative stigma around brands and around iGaming as a sector. So you want to be the one who is trying to create a positive sentiment around your brand, because you have a higher chance of an LLM recommending it. And also, if an LLM doesn't know who you are, what the entity is, it is never going to recommend you.
Yeah, so with regards to the AI reputation tree at Searcheroo, I want you to try and expand on this in a minute, of why you feel that all iGaming businesses should be looking at something similar to this. They can sign up, and we always say, if you need your roof doing, go and hire a roofer. We've done a lot of research into it. We've done a lot of research in the query fan out element of what's needed. So I'm going to explain the 4 pillars, and then you can explain how the AI reputation tree can cover those 4 pillars. So you've got who you are, what you do, why you're freaking brilliant, and why you're better than competition. So the who you are element comes to the entity, defining the entity. The what you do talks about all the different services that you might have. So as an iGaming business, you could be in casino space, which could have slots, it could have poker, it could have roulette, it could have blackjack. If you're in the bingo space, it could have bingo with slot games. If you're in the sports betting space, it could be to do with horse racing betting. It could be to do with football betting. And there's all these different services of what you do from an iGaming's perspective that you want to be trying connecting your entity with the different attributes within the semantic web of the internet. The why you're freaking brilliant comes down to reviews, testimonials, case studies, and awards, and shouting and screaming about them. Generally speaking, there's a lot of negative stigma with a lot of iGaming brands. So you've got to be doing, when someone does win, do a press release. When someone does give you a 5-star testimonial, you shout and scream, and you might even do a guest post about that and doing the claim, frame, and prove model to be promoting that more. And then the element where a lot of iGaming brands don't seem to want to do this, but it's really important, is that why you're better than competition. So having those comparative articles, the versus articles, the listicle articles, where you can be seen alongside other brands that are well-known entities by Google, but also by the LLMs like ChatGPT, Claude, and Gemini, that then can get you the better visibility. Can you explain, I've just explained the 4 pillars of it. Can you explain why an iGaming brand could go and do it himself, but why you feel, with the amount of blood, sweat, and tears that you've put into getting this set up, why you feel an iGaming brand realistically should be reaching out to a place like Searcheroo that understands the micro semantics, understanding where the placement should be done, when it should be done, that the entities, the foundation should be being done first, and stuff like that. Why someone should be coming to Searcheroo for the AI reputation tree?
So it's the same, time is money, and you would never ever pay a plumber to fix your roof. It's just you wouldn't do that. So why would you waste, especially in iGaming where we know it's big money in the sense that, there's a lot of money to be made in the various different sectors. Why would you waste money on trying to test it yourself when you can use people who are active in the industry and actually all doing the testing for you? In time, yes, you might end up taking it in-house once you start to understand the system and process. But the reality is you're then not going to be doing the same level of testing and getting the same level of data that, someone like us would be getting, because we're active, we're getting all of that data in, and then we're understanding and tweaking the process. There's a lot of micro semantics all around the query fan out, and it is very important, when it comes to those micro semantics and the attributes and all of those different elements, that the sentences on the page and the structure of the page is done in a certain way.
I think for me, with regards to the AI reputation tree, I think where we excel within Searcheroo is we've tested 24 different press release providers. We've seen what works the best in the iGaming space. We've tested all the different guest post providers. What's very frustrating about some guest post providers is the minute you say it's for an iGaming brand, whether that's casino or sports betting or bingo, they double or treble the price. But we know there's ways around it with regards to good quality content that needs to be being done, or there could be PBNs that might be being done. There's lots of different ways how within the AI reputation tree that can be being done in the correct manner. You spoke there about the micro semantics and the connecting of the dots of the entity attributes, which is really important. There's also tier 2 backlinks. There's also the virality that we could be running behind that, which helps to get higher rankings to get onto page 1, which makes it more of a trusted source that Gemini, when it's being pulled through, or ChatGPT, that's helping to get it recommended more. So with regards to that, if someone owns an iGaming brand now and they're saying, I'm interested in this, how can someone reach out to yourself at Searcheroo to say, I've got an iGaming brand and I want to place an order with the AI reputation tree so we improve that LLM visibility?
Yeah, so at the minute, it's very much a custom order process. So you come in, you'd go on the searcheroo.com contact form, and you just drop us a message, and the team will run through and see what, because it's almost unique to every brand, especially in iGaming where it's a hell of a lot of competition. Obviously, in less competitive niches, it's probably more of a packaged approach. But obviously with iGaming, there could already be a lot of stuff you've done and you've just maybe not connected the dots in the right way. So we can work with you on, reconnect or connecting those dots in the correct way as well. So yeah, just reach out on searcheroo.com and a member of the team will come back to you.
I think the big one for me with regards to the iGaming brands is that we are actually declining quite a lot. People need to make certain that they are proactively looking to have some positive Trustpilot reviews, because there is going to be a lot of the 1 stars. There is going to be people that have lost quite a bit of money, and ideally getting some awards so that we can shout and scream. If we don't have something good to shout and scream about, it's going to become a lot more difficult. But if you do own an iGaming brand and you are looking to try to get better AI visibility, I strongly recommend going to Searcheroo, filling in the form, seeing whether we can accept you and whether we can bolster your reputation online. This isn't just to go and get you more FTDs. It's also an online reputation management strategy that all iGaming brands should be looking at in 2026. Cheers, Carl.
Cheers, mate.